binti Azhar.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Akasha binti Amran.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatih Sajida binti Ruzani.
Hi, my name is Nur Shahrun Idisa.
The methods of communication chimps use amongst themselves. Although chimps can't speak, they use a range of gestures and facial expressions as a way of communicating.
Birds use different sounds, songs, and different sound patterns for delivering their messages.
As video earlier, we can see that animals also communicate just as humans, but in different ways, such as using sounds, colors, flashing lights, and even posture. Now, I will explain more in communication itself. To be very simple, communication defined by Wilson in 1975 is transmission and reception of the signals. Okay, wait, before that, as I explained earlier, communication in animal will need a signal. So now I am going to explain what is signal. Signal is in which a message is coded for transmissions. Three characteristics of signals include discrete and graded, distance and duration, and also composite syntax and context. I will explain animals that suit these three types of signal after this. First one is zebra, which is under discrete and graded. The way zebra raise their ear are actually to communicate in hostile and friendly behavior. Also, it opens its mouth vary in intensity according to strength. Next animal is antler, which is under distance and durations. Under these characteristics, animal can smell at a long distance and for certain duration. For example, antler can last for an entire breeding season. Lastly is lion and zebra. These characteristics have few categories as composite signal can be meant as two or more signals combined as new meanings such as zebra mouth and ear responses. Next is since that there is arrangement of displays and context that actually give different meanings. Lion roar could mean spacing, aggressiveness, or maintaining contact.
Animals use aggressive, sexual, and other displays, but they perceive such behaviors by an act that communicates a message. What follows is then play, for example, playbook of dogs. Good dog plays involve dogs who are having fun and look forward at the interaction. In order to emphasize friendly interactions, dogs utilize what is known as meta-communication, simply a form of communication that implies non-threatening behaviors. This term was often utilized by anthropologist Gregory Peterson, who referred to it as communication about communication. Dogs with good social skills use meta-communication during play to send the message that what they are doing, no matter how rough it may seem, it is not to be taken seriously. There are many forms of animal communications. Animals communicate using visual, chemical, tactile, and auditory signals. Fruit-fly courtship follows a three-step stimulus-response chain. Number 1, a male identifies a female of the same species and orients towards her by chemical and visual communication. Second, the male alerts the female to his presence by tactile and chemical communication. Third, the male produces a courtship song to inform the female of the species by auditory communication. An example is a bee returning from the field performs a dance to communicate information about the distance and direction of a food source. They did a round dance if the food is near and a waggle dance if the food is in distance.
There are 5 functions of communication, which are group spaces and coordinations, recognitions, reproduction, organism and social status, and finding food. The first function is group spaces and coordination. This is to keep the member in touch. As example is Cebu's monkey. They will moving the branch and series of contacts called from the member to keep in touch. The next function is organism and social status. The members of the species that live together and have the same predator will have the same alarm call. As example is velvet monkey. They will climb the tree as the response of the alarm call for the leopards. The next function is recognitions. The first recognition is species recognition. This is crucial before the mating because they will avoid the infertile matings between the closely related species. Is a class recognition. As example, nest queen will be treated differently. They will have a special treatment. Next functions is reproduction. Male and female will advertise their conditions for forms of bonds and also copulates. This behavior pattern will lead to the correct species identifications. And lastly, the functions of the communications is finding foods. This will increase the efficiency of the finding foods that will act as an information setter. They will follow another animals to the food source.
There are 4 types of major sensory channels of communication. The first one is olfactory, auditory, visual, and the last one is tactile. The animal kingdom expect by bird species pheromones, mates, identifications, attraction, spacing mechanism, alarm, communication through odor. Why chemical signals evolve? First one can transmit in dark, can travel around solid object, can last for hours or days, efficient in terms of cost productions, and slow to act and a long fade over time. In this video, female rhesus monkey grooming the offspring. In addition to removing the ectoparasite and other matter from skin and hair, it also acts as cement, solidifying the social bond. Visual communication involves signals that can be seen. Examples of these signals include gesture, facial expressions, body posture, and coloration. Gesture and posture are widely used visual signals. For instance, chimpanzees communicate a trait by raising their arms, slapping the ground, or staring directly at other chimpanzees.